Hi everybody, welcome back to the Seesaw. Another Saturday, another grocery haul. Today I did something that I don't do very often. I went to Sainsbury's and did a full shop there. I don't really know. I think I really wanted to compare. They've been doing a lot of advertising lately about matching pricing for Aldi and Tesco, and I really wanted to see, because I don't believe that I can do a full shop in Sainsbury's for anywhere close to what I get in my other options, which are Tesco or Aldi, and then do a little bit of top up in Sainsbury's. And I was right. But I did enjoy actually just browsing and looking for some extra things. Now I spent £150. Now of that, about 25 to £30 is not food related at all, so I have to take that off. So it was probably about £120 on the food. It's Caleb's, hopefully, fingers crossed, last ever week in his life of learning at home. I'm not going to call it homeschooling, because I'm really not schooling him, I'm working. And I just try to help him where and when I can, but he's quite self-sufficient. So hopefully his last ever week of learning at home, we can hope, as he'll be back to school on the 8th of March. So I did buy a few little extra treats for him, as it's his last week at home. There were a few things that I bought to stock up on, and there were a couple of things I saw that had a really good price or were reduced, and I've just got them because they're things that we use a lot of. So I did enjoy having a browse, but it's definitely not somewhere that I would normally do my grocery shop. So normally in Tesco I spend about £100, but then I always get the club card discounts, and then I'll have my 10% off twice a month as well. So it usually brings it down to somewhere between 70 and 80. And then when I shop in Aldi, I spend about £70 usually, and then any little top-up bits I need from Sainsbury's are usually kind of £10 to £20. So somewhere between 70 and 90 is normal. So 150 is definitely not normal. You take off the stuff that wasn't really to do with grocery shopping, 120. It's okay for it being Tesco, Sainsbury, and I did get a lot. You'll see that when I turn you around. So let me turn you around. Let me show you what I did get. And then at the end, as always, I'll show you our meal plan for the coming week. Okay, so there is my sweep of everything, and you can see it goes all the way around the counter, which we haven't done for quite some time. The first news is Tony and I both proudly have these in our possession now. Yesterday afternoon we got our first jab. We got the Pfizer one, which is the one that I've heard less reports about side effects and problems. The only thing I could say we have is we both have a bit of an achy arm today. So my arm, we both had it done in our left arms as we're right-handed. Tony said his arm just feels like he's done an extra strenuous workout or been lifting heavy stuff at work or something. For me, it's like if I move my arm above kind of chest level, then it hurts. It's like an achy pain. But it's not unbearable. We don't have headaches. We don't have like overall tiredness, chills. You know, lots of people I've spoken to of all ages after having the vaccine have said they've had to spend 24 hours just not moving off the couch, really. So we have been lucky so far. I mean, we're not out of the woods yet. It's still not even 24 hours since we had them. So we will see how that goes. But yeah, really glad to say we've both had our vaccine. It was completely painless. It was a tiny little scratch, not even a prick. It didn't even feel like a needle prick. It was just a little scratch. By the time she told me she was about to do it, it was done. So no pain at all at the time. So looking at what we got, Caleb said to me yesterday that his bed sheet had a hole in it. And when I looked, it didn't have a hole in it. It just ripped down the middle from top to bottom. That's not a hole, that's a rip. So I've put a fresh one on today, but that means he now doesn't have a backup one. So I just grabbed another one, and I got grey. We're redoing his room at the moment. We've just ordered him a new bed, and we're moving him from his current bedroom into the front spare bedroom, which is currently the games room and my office. We're sort of switching those two rooms around. So I just thought grey would be a bit more of a teenager colour. So we'll get him some new bedding once his new bed arrives and we get that in. They've also got all the Red Nose Day stuff out. Now I know the kids will be back at school by Red Nose Day. So I really liked this, which was a water bottle, one of the tin kind of, which we've got a few of these. Caleb has that pineapple-y one there. and we use them quite a lot. He had the one with his initial on for Christmas, but this has red nose and spots on it, and I just thought that would be nice for him to use for school on the day of Red Nose Day. And then I got him a little nose because he gets one of these every year. He doesn't ever wear it and keep it on, but he's got one. A little pack of ibuprofen, TV magazine, and a small bag of birdseed. So that's all the non-food stuff. A bottle of cider that I need for a recipe this week, and then Tony and I, or one of us or both of us, depending on how much is left, will have a little glass of cider with our meal that night. Some 50-50 bread, some pink ice donuts for Caleb. I know he had donuts just, I think it was 2 weeks ago, or might have even been last week. The weeks have just rolled together at the moment, but it's his last week at home, so he's got a little treat of some donuts. Drink wise, I got him the apple and raspberry J2O, so there's the 4 cans of those, and then under there he's got some of the fruity water, orange and pineapple, and I got 2 packs of these quick milk magic sippers. These are the straws that you put in a glass of milk and you drink your milk through it, and it sort of tastes like a strawberry milkshake. They have a chocolate one as well, but he's not as keen on the chocolate. Although when we left getting our jabs yesterday, Caleb came with us in the car because he said he hadn't been in the car since before Christmas, which is true. And he could stay in the car while we went in to get our jabs. And so when we left, we all decided we have to drive past McDonald's on the way home, and we all decided we just fancied a McDonald's milkshake. So we stopped and got 3 milkshakes, and Caleb chose chocolate, which he's never done before. So maybe I should have got the chocolate ones, but I have the strawberry ones. They don't have in Sainsbury's, but they do sometimes have banana ones. And then if you go to places like B&M, Poundland, those sorts of places, they have all sorts of different flavours and different like unicorn ones and things like bubblegum, that sort of stuff. Some wheat crunches for crisps. I got some rice pops, which are the Sainsbury's brand of Rice Krispies. I want some for a recipe this week, and then Caleb will eat the rest. And then Sainsbury's had the Weetabix Crispy Minis down to £2 this week, so he's in luck. He's got a box of those 2 weeks on the run. 15 eggs. Some of these little golden pancakes. Caleb has quite developed a taste. He didn't used to like the sort of American style pancakes or Scotch pancakes here. He just liked the crepe style pancakes that I make from scratch. But just recently he's had a few of these. So this is Tony's favourite style of pancake, obviously. So just lately he's had them a few times and now seems to quite like them. So I got him some of those to have for breakfast this week while he's at home. A huge giant bag of fusilli. I don't know how much is in there, but it's a lot. It's one of the really big bags, and these are like, I think it was like £2.30, which, you know, a small bag of fusilli is about, what, 70-80p, something like that. And we get through a lot of pasta. So we typically, now and again, buy one of these big bags of either penne or fusilli. I will still buy other pastas just to vary it up a bit. But then we've always got pasta in the cupboard. 2 plain naans, or 2 packs of plain naans, some plain flour, some breakfast syrup to go with Caleb's pancakes. Now, he didn't used to like maple syrup either, but Tony had some maple flavoured syrup that he quite liked. But then Tony had picked up some of that Clark's maple syrup, which is not pure maple syrup, it's quite runny, and Caleb didn't like that. So I've got him some of the Lyle's because I think that will suit him. It's thicker, and I think that's what he likes. The Nescafe Gold coffees were all reduced to $1.25 this week. So the cinnamon bun latte was my favourite one from before Christmas. I'm almost out of the ones that Tony got me at Christmas in with my kind of stocking stuffers. And so I've just grabbed one of those. I almost bought 2 or 3, but I stuck with one. Creamy carbonara, I've got 2 pots of that. Some coconut oil just because I was out. Some chopped tomatoes, spaghetti with sausages, some passata, oxo stock pots, a big soup, lamb and vegetable. That just sounded quite tasty to me. The big soups were all £1 this week. And if I'm having a soup for lunch, I either like something like tomato soup with a toasted cheese sandwich, or I like something homemade like butternut squash, that sort of thing, which is quite hearty. Or I like one of these sorts of almost stew type of soups. And I've never tried the lamb and vegetable one, so I've got that for a lunch for me this week. Some bamboo shoots and some condensed milk. time to stock up on the Heinz ketchup again. Some 3 little packets of Sweeties for Caleb, some Fizzy Fangs, strawberry pencils and fizzy pencils. 3 bags of Maltesers, those are for a bake. Biscuit wise, for Caleb I've got milk chocolate digestives and some chocolate malted milk biscuits. He hasn't had chocolate biscuits for a while. I got the lighter ginger snaps. Now I'm actually going to make a cheesecake tomorrow, a lemon cheesecake, and I decided to try doing it with kind of lighter products. So I'm going to use lighter soft cheese. Obviously can't use lighter double cream. I don't think there is such a thing. There probably is, but I've never seen it. And then I got these lighter ginger snaps to use on the bottom. So see how that goes. So ginger and lemon is a good combination, so I think that will be tasty. And then the rich tea biscuits are to go with the Maltesers in kind of a no-bake biscuit, kind of chocolatey biscuit refrigerator cake. I got 4 packs of the chicken ramen noodles, so 2 of those will be for a meal and 2 just to stock up in the cupboard. Onto the fridge, some semi-skimmed milk, a mango passion fruit smoothie, a small pot of double cream, strawberry shortcake corner. Caleb's still got the peach and apricot one from last week in the fridge, and he hasn't been eating as much yogurt. He's been having more smoothies. A big pot of Greek yogurt, some light soft cheese, 3 blocks of unsalted butter, 2 of these little pepperami snack boxes. These were only £1 this week. But Caleb does like pepperami, so makes a nice little snack for him. Some of these Strings and Things cheese-shaped quirkies. There's 3 little bags in there. Regular cheese-wise, I got some grated mozzarella, some grated 4 cheese mix, and some grated mature cheddar. Some of these little roast chicken flavour bites, roast flavour chicken bites. Roast flavour, I guess is just an odd wording of why isn't it roast chicken flavour? I don't know. I guess they are chicken bites and they're roast flavour. Honey roast ham slices, some of the Happy Monkey smoothies, and then the new kind of flavour of the month, limited edition flavour on Muller Light in Sainsbury's is tiramisu, which I couldn't ask for anything better actually. So it's going to be sort of coffee-ish sort of flavouring. I would expect, so I'm really looking forward to those. So I've got myself 3 of those to use across the week. A smooth orange juice. Onto meats, I've got a whole chicken, 12 Cumberland sausages, a turkey mince and a small pack of chicken breast fillets, a streaky bacon, a little 2 little packs of loin pork steaks, and then these had all just been marked down as reduced, so they're about less than £1 off, but altogether it added up quite nicely. And we use these pork fillets a lot. I use them in stir fries, I use them in casseroles, I sometimes just roast them and slice them. And so I picked up 3. There were loads there. I picked up 3 and I just thought I'd pop those in the freezer. Mac and cheese bites for a couple of lunches this week, as they are one of Caleb's favourites. Some more of the frozen jacket potatoes, which Caleb and I have both enjoyed as having as a little lunch a couple of times this week. Some cones and some Twister minis. The Sainsbury's cones are 90p and the Twister minis were reduced. I think they were £1.50 for 8 this week. Vegetables, some classic vegetable mix and a stir-fry vegetable. This Sainsbury's stir-fry vegetable frozen mix, we really like it. It's really tasty. It's got really nice vegetables in it. And we've enjoyed that a couple of times now. So I think with the fresh ones, unless I'm cooking it that day, I never am very impressed with the quality of the chopped up veggies by the time I come to use them. So I keep one of these now in the freezer for when we're having a stir fry. Some white potatoes, a head of broccoli, some mixed peppers, button mushrooms, some sweet gem lettuce, a Caesar salad kit, some chopped iceberg lettuce just ready to go, some dill and curly leaf parsley for Licky. They didn't have mint, and our mint in the garden is definitely not growing yet. They didn't have basil either, which the mint and basil are his 2 kind of cornerstones of his preferred herbs. So if he doesn't have one, he definitely likes the other. So I bought this little basil plant, and I never have much luck with the basil ones. The parsley ones we planted out last year and they have grown and done well. Never have much luck with these basil ones, but it will keep him going in basil for the rest of the week, definitely. Some carrots, some baby potatoes, baby plum tomatoes, regular onions and red onions, a cucumber, a net of lemons. Pink lady apples were reduced pricing. I absolutely love pink lady apples, but I don't like the price of them. They're usually somewhere between £2 and £3 a pack, even in like Aldi and places. So I always look out for them to be on special. They were in Sainsbury's this week. I can't remember what they were. I think they were reduced down to £2 or down to one something. So I've got those for a treat for me. An avocado, some seedless red grapes, and a little pot of blueberries. So looking at our meal plan for the week. Now yesterday we were going to have the Irish chicken and dumplings. Our appointment to get our shots was at 5:30. And because we'd heard so many awful stories about how quickly people felt unwell after having them done, we decided not to come home and cook dinner, just in case that's not what we felt like. So we actually ended up ordering pizza last night. You know, it would have been fine. I could have cooked dinner, but it would have been a bit late getting to dinner. So we're going to have that tonight instead. Tomorrow we're going to have a sausage bake, which is like a sausage tray bake sort of thing. Monday, hamburger hot dish, which hot dish is just a generic term that's often used in the States for a kind of pasta dish. So it's just used, and hamburger is a generic name for usually ground beef over there. So you might have heard of something called hamburger helper, which is a shortcut kind of convenience food that you just throw a package of mince with, some water, sometimes some cheese, and you get a kind of pasta bake type of supper on the table quite quickly. So they just regularly refer to it as hamburger. So it's a ground meat with pasta all combined together, a bit like a pasta bake. Tuesday we're going to have chicken Alfredo casserole. So I'm going to use those 2 pots of carbonara sauce. We don't typically have Alfredo sauce here. In the States you usually buy it as Alfredo sauce, but the carbonara sauce is pretty close. Wednesday I'm going to make pork and apple pie. This was the recipe. I made this a few weeks back and we really enjoyed it. It has pieces of the pork tenderloin in it, and then apples, and then it has a mashed potato topping, a bit like a shepherd's pie. Thursday we'll have Mayflower curry with rice and naan. And then Friday we're going to have the pork and ramen stir fry. That was something, again, we made a few weeks ago. Caleb really enjoyed it. And on the night we had it, I wasn't feeling at all well and I didn't eat. So I just want to see for myself how yummy it is, because Caleb says it was one of his favourites. Making the Malteser slice as our bake this week, and a lemon cheesecake for dessert. So that is our meal plan for the week ahead. Thank you for joining us for this grocery haul, and we look forward to seeing you back here on the SeeSaw soon.